but your heart yielded to my openness and mine to your honesty. So tell me what to do. I know I'm losing you, and I'm singing this sad blues. Tell me what to do. I know I'm losing.
My name is Dylan Gagne. I'm a professional FIFA player for SetToDestroyX. I started playing video games when I was around 13 years old. My first video game that I started playing was FIFA, and it was actually recommended to me by my sister. Another reason is I play competitive soccer in real life, so FIFA was the first video game interest to me. My first ever FIFA was FIFA 08, and I actually played that on the GameCube. And then once the Xbox came out, I started getting more competitive with FIFA. For my first LAN, I was a little bit nervous going into it. I felt like it affected me my first 2 games of the tournament, but then I felt like I started getting more comfortable. After looking at my group, I recognized a few big names, such as Epsilon, Joey, and Guastella. But I played them online, and we've had back and forth matches, so I figured coming to the LAN, I could definitely give them a good go. I had a bye in the first round of the tournament, and that was because A9 Skills, a FIFA YouTuber, wasn't able to make it due to being ill. The second match, definitely I was going into that match nervous, but I figured if I played my game, I could take on Amon. Unfortunately, he beat me 2-1, and he has a lot of experience, so he was on his game. Well, after the first match on stage, I felt like I got rid of a big percentage of the nerves. And when I came off stage to play the rest of my games, I felt a lot more confident, especially knowing I need to win those games.
Sorry.
So the group came to a very close and tight finish. There was 2 other players who were on the same points as me going into the last game of the group. And I knew I needed to win this game against the best player in the group. And I managed to take him on, and I won 4-3. So I knew after I won that game that I was sealed the spot for Saturday to play. I'm StDx Dylan from Canada, and I'm all about quick decision making.
I'm Filthy P94 from Canada. My game style is possession.
4 have already booked their place in London. 4 have already gone home, but there's still 8 more nervous and anxious players left to play. And more importantly, 4 more big spots in that grand final in London.
Yeah, we've got the top seeds coming up, Brandon. All the players who did finish first will be in action now over the next probably 2-3 hours. They will be playing their 2-legged games against the people who did finish 4th in the respective groups. That's the man who did finish top, Filthy.
The man from Canada, been to Miami, been to Vancouver, S1, S2 of the foot champ. He's experienced the ultimate team life.
Yeah, Dylan, 15 goals scored, 14 goals conceded. He had a +1 goal difference. As you can see there, representing an esports organisation in SetToDestroy. Do you think there might be a little bit of added pressure on him coming into this game, Brandon?
Most definitely, and this could be maybe his first major event, major opportunity to show the world what you can do in the esports world. It's a 2-legged game as always. Ultimate Team is the game mode of choice as it is being throughout this whole competition, and it will be in the grand final on the 16th to the 18th of August. It's the Ultimate Team big event, more importantly the FIFA Interactive World Cup. Huge grand final in London. Who's going to come out as your winner? Will it be Vitality Rocky? Will it be a 2-time world champ? Suarez, oh lovely blurb has been inside there. Not going to work that occasion for him. Pele. You know, this is the Xbox side of things. Legends are in action. If you wonder what a legend card is, that's a legend right there. Rude Hullet picked that one out the back of the net. StDx Dylan is in front.
What a start. You've got to say it's been coming from Dylan. Huge, huge sigh of relief there. Yeah, I got asked a little bit ago by a couple of the pros who are still at the event representing and supporting their friends. Who do you think is going to win this game? I said, you know what? Dylan.
Here's a chance for 2-0. There we go. The legends are straight. kicking. There's Pele as well.
This is exactly what I'm going to say. Dylan knows that when he needs to get a win, when it's the most important game, when it's the most vital game of one of his FIFA careers, he gets the 3 points, he gets the victory. He's 2-0 up in 38 minutes, doing what he does best. Look for that run of Patrick Vieira there.
He's got 2 options. Patrick Vieira's not the fastest, don't get me wrong. There's Patrick Vieira. Play him. Patrick Vieira, he said Legend was going to score, and he does.
Let's go.
Look for Filthy P. He's come alive. The only player I can think that can do that is Prince Bay, Unilag Gorilla, Vitality Rocky, that level of stats.
The very, very best. They're used to playing at the highest level. Time and time again.
Oh, we got an equaliser. It's easy as that. Into the feet, scoop turn. We'll place that one in the bottom corner. 2-2, and we're all square.
We are all square. Played it down the line.
Anything dropping, added time of 2 minutes, but what a spectacle this first game has ended as. 2-2. A 2-0 advantage it was to StDx Dylan. Now Filthy P is back. 2-2.
The slate has well and truly been cleaned from Filthy. It was 2-0 down in this game until the 75th minute. StDx Dylan has thrown away a 2-goal lead, which could be huge in the complex of this game.
Now, how do you feel with this coming into the second half? Are you going to change anything, or what's on your mind?
I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to play the way I played in the last 20 minutes. Just keep the possession, you know, try to look for the smart plays.
And it seemed as if things were kind of lost in your favor for a little bit. What are you going to do to kind of switch things up and hopefully get back in control?
Well, I'm just going to go back to how I was playing in the first half, and hopefully that works for me in this game.
First place, first 4th place. Group 3 and 4, Xbox Group 1 versus Xbox Group 2. Top of the group, Filthy P. Over in Group 3, 4th place. Dylan, very hard group. Estella was in there. Medibob, they didn't make it through.
You also need to put into consideration as well, even though it is a 1st versus 4th clash, these 2 players only finished on 14 and 13 points retrospectively. So there wasn't a lot to separate these 2 sides. That's the thing that's really coming to show here. It's 2-2. It's anybody's game. They've pushed Hong-Min Son out a little bit, but he is in use here from Filthy. And let's see if he can make an impact on this game.
He can make the all-important difference. Walker, Blanc. The interchanges round. He's enough. Needs to get his foot back on the ball because he had such a strong start. STX in, and he could be down now. Filthy P turns to get in front. That's how you turn a game round. 2-0 down in the first leg, 2-2 by full time. Now we're in the second leg. He's drawn first blood. 3-2 up now.
This is why I was the best player in Group 3, Group 1 on the Xbox. Finished on 14 points, top of the pile. This is why I'm here.
That's why he's here, and he scores goals as well. 16 of the best, but there you go. He's got a 2-0 lead there. A big fist bump. It's that man again, Vieira, Patrick Vieira. He got him a goal back in the first game. Now he's got him a big goal in the second game.
He's popped up with so many clutch goals when he needs it, Patrick Vieira.
And recycle back on the edge he does, Marcelo, and then Vieira will intercept. That's kind of summed up. He doesn't really have a purpose in any attacks. I don't know what's happened with Dylan's confidence. Mindset must have changed.
I think that's a fantastic way to put it. I think his mindset has changed. I think the mental side of his game just maybe
here we go.
strong.
This big goal back, Vieira!
I just said his mental game isn't as strong. Dylan makes it 4-3. This is very, very much game on. He's
here we go.
New to the
this
scene.
Could be game over now. Hong-Min Son inside to Hullet. Played all the way across the box. Ronaldo just in front of goal, and that will be a recycle. Maybe one more chance.
Messi with the heading.
Messi, Ronaldo, everything needs to be perfect now. The beautiful run there, Suarez in the bottom of your screen. You can feel the pressures on him now. It's him against the world. Can he get in front? Get rid of that ball. There you have it. Filthy P has won it. He has confirmed his place in Canada. Place number 27 is going to Canada now. And more importantly, the 5th place from here. He will be representing Canada in London.
Yeah, fantastic from Filthy P. And what that makes it, that's 5 different nations from this American qualifier, which will be represented in London. The USA, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, and now Canada will be represented in that huge grand final from this region.
In the second half, my opponent, I felt like he changed his tactics around a little bit, and that gave him the edge in the match. He was able to gain a little bit of momentum and get one back, and then that put me off my game a little bit, and he managed to score a second one, which tied him up. So he made it tough for me to get to take the lead back, and he scored the 3rd goal. That's when I realized I had to change my formation around and try and get back in the game. I managed to pull one back, but at the end of the match, he played very good possession, and I couldn't get that 4th goal to tie it up. And I felt like his experience in LAN events, playing Season 1, Season 2, this is his 3rd event, or maybe even 4th. He had the upper hand on me, and it was very hard for me to compete with his experience. I feel like I took a lot from this LAN event. It helped me realize a lot of things about my game style and my mentality when playing in person. And I feel like in FIFA 18, I'll be able to come stronger. The first event I'm looking to qualify for, I'm going to play 40 games every weekend in order to qualify for that. And I feel like at that event, I'll be way more confident from the start.
My name is Alistair Singh. I play Pokken tournament professionally for SetToDestroyX. There was a little less than 100 players at a Pokken tournament for EVO this year. EVO decided to have a charity drive for the final spot at Mandalay Bay. Pokken tournament was at EVO last year and was pretty successful. But this year it was battling Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And we were raising thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, we tried our hardest and we were really successful, but we barely lost in the end. You know, barely lost. So because it wasn't the main title at EVO, you know, everyone's like, maybe next year, you know. I'm not too sure how this side tournament's gonna go, you know. And the ones who did show up are the ones who were committed, you know, the good players and stuff. Going into it, I pretty much want to play everyone. You know, like, people will fear like, oh, this is a top player, he's like top 10 US, or oh, it's a Japanese player. Me personally, like, I love that, you know, because I'm in there to like learn into, and those guys helped me improve, so I'm open to anyone. When I got knocked into losers, it was during winners finals against Sui Master, the recent CEO champ, and he's a really good player, and we had a really great set. It went to the last game, around the last round, and he clutched it out, so that's when I got sent to losers. In losers, I ended up having to face a really good player. His name is Super Turbo Ryan. He's from SoCal, and you know, he knows his stuff, but he's never defeated me ever before, right? But this time he really changed up his gameplay, tried to make it, he tried to make it really, really hard on me, and you know, a couple of wrong guesses, and he ended up taking it. So he completely switched up his game style. Originally he tried to play like, you know, neutral heavy. He tried to play fair, with punish, all this stuff, you know, try to be logical about it. And then in losers finals when we played, he just went ham. He just went all in. I didn't know what he was gonna do. He just did the unpredictable, and it's just stuff I didn't expect. And then he forced a lot of 50-50s, I guess wrong, you know. But, you know, in the end, I lost. The better player won, so props to him.
Of course, this is the match that knocked him into losers.
This is.
He's gonna have to somehow change completely how he played against Alistair the first time. Alistair did 2-0 him the first time they played. He's gonna have to do something different.
It may have been a 2-0, but it was a fairly close 2-0.
That is true. That is true. We have to look at how the players are thinking right now, because Alistair just lost to a comeback, in a very rough comeback in winners finals. So he's coming off that loss. STR is coming off of a big upset where he is super pumped. So just as far as they're mentally feeling, it's hard for me to think that STR doesn't have a little bit more of a heads up.
Oh, and Alistair catches him but misses the confirm off of the jump.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. He needs it. There's only 7 seconds left.
Next mix-up wins, but time is running out. Ryan's got to do something.
Oh,
Alistair closes out game number 1. He is up in the set early. Yeah, really good mind games by Alistair, playing the situation very well.
There, we're finally starting to see some throws. Oh, barely caught the tip of that.
Nope, doesn't get the Hydro Pump confirmed, but we take the damage. Nice homing cancel. Alistair's going to have the wall here. Ryan trying to fight his way out. Yeah, Alistair ends up with the corner.
Oh, nice whip punish.
And Libre able to wall splat with her grab while her back is against the wall.
It's very cool. You can choose either to do that or net, of course, you know, if you don't want to throw them backwards. Oh, and yeah, Alistair needs to use his burst. Oh, and I think this should be go through each other. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Wow, and we can't even see what's going on. The screen was blocked by ice.
Frozen over, but Super Turbo Ryan is not frozen. He's trying to go in and end it right now.
Oh, but that is one of the best Oki starters. Oh, that's
so risky.
Sometimes you just gotta make that risk. If you think people are gonna try to swing after they block the charged version or the uncharged version, you just do the up version. But the risk didn't pay off, and that makes it 1-1.
Yeah, it seems like all the top players like to get some practice in against each other, just so that way they understand the matchups.
Yeah, everybody grinds together. But of course, Ryan is a very different beast. Libre can do. Oh wow, goes right through the hyper beam. And what a guy that Alistair would start off the game with hyper beam.
Yep, he is definitely the guy to do it. He did it against Suicune Master once and it worked. Why wouldn't it work against Super Turbo Ryan?
Well, I don't know, but we got a few hyper memers in LA ourselves, and Ryan was ready for it. Oh wow, what a reaction from so close!
That was really impressive. Alistair trying to hold on to his burst. Maybe holding on to it for a little bit too long, but
I think he needs to use it now. Yeah, absolutely. Only 10 seconds left.
Oh, you could have reacted with your burst attack. Okay, that was super risky. He's running away,
no, that's going
to be it. STR beats Alistair.
Just barely enough time for the throw. STR doesn't even have the energy for another pop-off. And that means that Super Turbo Ryan beating the person that knocked him into losers is going to make it back into grand finals.
Wow. That is insane. The way that ended.
Oh.
That was like the only way that Alistair could lose that situation.
Well, we're talking more fighting games now, but it's going to be Pokken. In fact, I even got to witness a Pokken tournament at the ESL arena at EGX. But we're going to be talking about kind of the growth of the game and where it's taken and the transition over to platform as well, actually. So we're joined by Alistair from SetToDestroyX, the organisation in which he represents, to be talking all things Pokken. So let's head over there. Alistair, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to talk to you about Pokken. Boy, am I excited.
Hey, Nate, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. I hope you're doing well as well. I mean, for an introduction for people that may not know about you or the Pokken scene, I mean, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and, you know, your fighting game background and how you kind of fell into Pokken?
Yeah, sure. So my first fighting game ever was when I was much younger. It was a Virtua Fighter for the Sega Saturn. And, you know, I was young. I didn't really know much about fighting games, but I knew how to, you know, press buttons, attack, block, and stuff. And that was like kind of like my introduction to the series, you know. And once I got a little bored of Virtua Fighter, I moved on to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the Dreamcast. And it was a great game. It was super flashy, really fast, so many great characters and everything from the comics, and it was really cool. Then I moved on to Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, and I played that really heavily. I invested so much time into that, and that was my first competitive game I really got into. I went to a lot of locals. I started competing a lot, and it was really cool. And now I play Pokken tournament. And I got into Pokken tournament because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon and a huge fan of fighting games. You know, just like many other people, you know, you mix those two together and we get something magical. And it's just such a fantastic game. So, yeah.
Now, when you mention that history of games you've played, it sounds like it, you know, you've definitely confirmed like it's old school. You've been playing this for years and really mastered some of the greatest fighting games out there. But when you look at Pokken or Pokken, as we like to call it over here, it's a talk of the combination of Tekken and Pokemon. So, did you play much Tekken at all? Did the mechanics did you have to relearn the mechanics for this game, or is it something that you find natural?
I did not play any Tekken before.
Wow.
And so picking up Pokken, I thought it would be really hard at first because I know the learning curve for Tekken is quite high. But thanks to Bandai Namco, fantastic company, they made Pokken really easy to learn, really easy. So it's extremely easy to pick up, basic controls, you know, and people of all skill levels can join in on the fun.
When you include Pokemon, you think of maybe younger people, obviously us older people that it was introduced to back in the day, you know, we kind of appreciate it, but you would assume maybe if a game is released in this kind of era and decade that it would be something that is very easy and then, you know, kind of has a very low ceiling for skill. And so that really shocks me when we talk about the game. In terms of the history of the game itself, I mean, it's been on Wii U, and that was kind of the natural platform to play on. But I believe it's now moved over to Switch. I mean, what was the general community feeling about this? How did this even come about that it was going to come to Switch and the competition take place on that platform?
So it was quite interesting. So as everyone knows, it came out on the Wii U around March 2016. And it was great at first, but then eventually we found some minor problems. So like, as we all know, the Wii U isn't very portable. You know, you gotta have the Wii U system, the fat power brick, the Wii U gamepad, and just to set up have a tournament setup, you need 2 Wii U's, 2 monitors, the crossover cable, 2 LAN adapters, all the stuff, So it's kind of hard to start up local scenes and everything, and it was hard to start up casual to competitive transitions because of it. It kind of like hindered it.
And so when it came out on Switch, was this well received by the community? Was this like an immediate drive to say, right, we have to have a unanimous decision that the competition has to happen over on Switch now. We have to have it over there. Obviously, Switch is very more portable friendly, LAN friendly. As we know with Rocket League, it's got LAN feature already built in for it on the Switch. So how did the Switch kind of come about? Was this well received?
Well, Nay, I can tell you Pokken Tournament DX on the Switch is a godsend. It solves so many problems. It's like, before I had to carry a huge duffel bag just to have all my Wii U stuff in it. And now the Switch, like, look at this. This is what Pokken runs on. This right here. It's amazing. It's completely amazing. And, I can just have it in one hand, go to a tournament, just dock it, start playing and everything.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Alistair, to come and give us a little insight of the changes to the Switch. And congratulations on some of your performances. And I wish you the best of luck. And hopefully we'll touch base after some of those competitions very soon.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Alistair. Thank you. That is Alistair from SetToDestroyX, an amazing Pokken tournament player. A pretty epic guy there, giving us the insight of how changes from Wii U to Switch has been absolutely crucial for them and the community in general. And actually, it could have been the death of the game, but Nintendo looked at this and they've helped to support it. And hopefully they'll help support the community and the competitive circuit as well. So excellent to kind of get a first-hand experience from Alistair there.
After placing 3rd at EVO, a fuel was lit for Alistair. After Pokken switched over to the Nintendo Switch, Alistair went on to win back-to-back major Pokken championships, including the SoCal Regional Majors and the Game Tyrant Expo.
Oh, Alistair gets a conversion and closes it out after dropping the win, clutches it out. What a play!
With all of the success Alistair was having, it also caught the attention to Nintendo itself. Nintendo extended an invitation to represent his beloved Pokken community at an FGC All-Star Invitational Tournament at E3 to showcase Pokken Tournament DX on the Switch.
E3 and welcome to the 2017 Pokken Tournament Deluxe Invitational. We've got a packed house here. Excited to see 8 YouTube and Twitch personalities battle it out in a 4-team Waseda-style format as we get set to see some of the new features in Pokken Tournament Deluxe. Well, let's welcome up our fighters to the stage, obviously talking about some extra strategy in the back. You've got Matt, Pat, and Alistair taking on JD, Witherspoon, and Nairo, our first match. But yes, go back. We've got 2 pros very seasoned, especially Alistair. Yes, has been one of the staples of this community.
Yes, from the Pokken Tournament community, Alistair, a well-known Suicune main, and we have Nairo, who is actually a top-level Super Smash Bros. 4 Wii U professional.
Well, let's see who they go with. We have Mewtwo versus Suicune. Alistair with that Suicune.
Now, this is the close range situation. This is not the position where Alistair wants to be, but immediately kind of getting away from Mewtwo and answering his own with Litten.
Alistair trying to get some chip damage, but there's that Hyper Beam yet again. Here comes Synergy Mode for Suicune. Can Suicune land some critical hits? But no, the grab by Mewtwo gonna knock Suicune up against the wall. 1 sliver of life left for Suicune. Suicune gonna go ahead and use that burst move. Doesn't work though, gets the hit on Mewtwo. 230 to 10. Let's see if Suicune can create something unbelievable here. Oh, it's got Mewtwo up against the wall. This is for the championship if Suicune can counter back. But no!
Not enough!
Mewtwo and Nairo.
Just enough with that chip damage.
With their tournament lives on the line and just 40 health, D1. Mewtwo and Nairo able to stay calm and composed, a few breaths, and able to force yet another game. Nothing against MatPat, but he might not be the caliber of player that Alistair is. So, is this essentially the tournament right here for Alistair and MatPat? Support gauge max for both of them. Look at Mewtwo and that Eevee looking for a few buffs here, Vicky, in that attack if he can use that support Pokemon.
Nairo finally able to rack up some damage on Alistair for some time there. I was starting to get a little worried, but it seems like Nairo's holding on to his own right now, pressuring Alistair so hard, switching it back to field phase.
Nairo able to get some pressure up against the wall, but Suicune going to keep Mewtwo at bay, and that is one round victory right here in this decisive game, either forcing a third match in this championship round, or Alistair and MatPat can go ahead and take the victory right now. Here we go, 630 to 512, early advantage right now for Suicune over Mewtwo. Suicune gonna miss right there. Mewtwo able to reverse, get a couple attacks behind. Here comes that wall juggle D1.
And there it is with the wall spell as well, doing an extra 30 HP. And you see right now, Nairo just trying to lock down Alistair, but just moving around and shows no fear when it comes to this homing attack.
A victory here for Alistair will seal the deal in the championship for MatPat and Alistair. Meanwhile, Nairo, Mewtwo trying to force a third round, and if they can, force a third game in the match.
As you saw right there, he was actually able to use low stance to crouch right under that beam.
Alistair and the Suicune trying to get some more attacks on Mewtwo. That's going to be critical right there. 85 health for Mewtwo. Here comes the synergy burst from Suicune. Suicune going to try and time up that synergy move. Is this it? No! Mewtwo able to block, but no! Suicune able to counter the dash attack. And that is your championship. Alistair, MatPat, your champions of the 2017 Pokken Tournament Deluxe Invitational.
Alistair is an amazing personality and competitor here at SetToDestroyX, and that is why he will always be known as one of our destroyers.
じゃあ、ポッケントーナメントデラックスインビテーショナル優勝おめでとうございます。
Congratulations on your victory here at the Pokken Tournament Deluxe Invitational.
おめでとうございます。
Congratulations.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Mike Baxter. I'm the Chief Creative Officer of SetToDestroyX, and I'm also the creator of the Destroyer series that you guys like to watch here. I want to talk a little bit about Brawlhalla. Now, Brawlhalla is it's a free-to-play game on Steam, and what it is, it's a platform fighting game. So if you're familiar with like Super Smash Brothers or anything like that, it's kind of like a free version take on it for PC, but it's also on PlayStation now, which is pretty cool. In the middle of the year, it kind of sparked upon us that we need to start growing a little bit. We had just sold our Call of Duty team, and that gave us a little bit of capital to play with, and so we decided to look into more esports, you know, see what we can evolve the brand into. And so we were looking, and there was some just like little tournaments for like some fighting games and stuff like that, but nothing to really like invest our time into that was gonna make it worth our while. But then we saw Brawlhalla, and we were kind of taken back a little bit. We were like, wow, there's it's really cool. Like hardly anybody's in it. There were only, at the time, there were only like a couple of organizations that had picked up players, and now even there's not really a lot of organizations invested in it. But with Brawlhalla, it just looked cool. You know, it was a game that was new, and it wasn't. It's still in preseason. I think it just went out of preseason now because it's officially launched. But so we were kind of shopping around. We wanted to kind of get involved in it, and we looked at a couple players. And at this point, the rankings were pretty significant. They play on an online ranking system within it for Brawlhalla points or series points and stuff like that. So in the rankings, there was a couple players that we had our eye on, but they already had talks with other organizations and stuff like that. But then we came across a guy locally from Toronto, and us being a Canadian organization, we were like hopped right on that, you know. So we found iThrow, and iThrow was ranked currently. I think at the time he was ranked like 12 or something like that or 10th or something. But he had good opportunities and good potential, and we see that in people. We're probably one of the organizations that see things and evolve them, just like our Call of Duty team. You know, we scouted them, we headhunted them, and we knew that they were going to be good. And much like iThrow. Now, Brawlhalla being a mainly online game, because it's so easily accessible and everything like that, they have a lot of online tournaments that go on, such as the BCS Summer Series and just kind of random tournaments and stuff like that throughout the weekends and stuff like that. So when we picked up iThrow, the first like big LAN event that he attended was Combo Breaker, and Combo Breaker is a really well-known event, and it was a really good place for him to start out and you know, develop as a player. And honestly, I don't think anybody in the organization or anything like that, when we picked him up, knew that he was going to do so well. iThrow just absolutely played phenomenally.
I'm loving iThrow so far today. Again, I cannot stress enough how excited I am to see what he does in the future going forward. Even after today, I can't wait. He shocked everybody, the Stream Me Legend Series 1v1. He shocked everybody, the Stream Me Legend Series 2v2. He's shocking everybody at the Combo Breaker 2017 Top 8 Brawlhalla Singles event. It looks like the button check is over. Wait no longer, everyone out there. We will be hitting this Grand Finals against Flashpoint Noel and StDx's iThrow. Now you might be looking at that overlay, you're thinking, what does that little L mean next to iThrow? Does that mean he lost? No, it does not. That means he is coming from the loser's bracket. So you mentioned it a little bit earlier, he has to win a best of 5, reset the bracket, and then win another best of 5. That gives a little bit of the advantage to Noel because he has stayed in the winner's bracket this entire time. Bracket resets are definitely not alien to Brawlhalla Top 8s.
They happen relatively frequently. I believe we saw one not too long ago in the Spring Championship.
But this is Combo Breaker, and Noel is looking to prevent any sort of reset.
There's the down air.
Stops the recovery with that down air. Takes the first stop. Clean play from Noel.
A lot of side airs, occasional recoveries if the side air whiffs, but it's predominantly side air focused. Back to the sword, can't.
Oh no! Slight misposition just in front of the bow. That's going to be the first game going the way of Noel. iThrow with an ode to Remy. That's going to be the Leaf Head Yumiko. I am a big fan of that skin.
I've seen your disgusting Twitter enough to know that. Is this iThrow seeing the writing on the wall, or is this some secret pocket strat?
Go out having fun. I mean,
has.
He's been working the hammer more recently. We saw him start to play it out towards the later stages of his set with Cake.
Oh my gosh.
That ground pound from Noel. 2 ground pounds in a row to take down iThrow.
iThrow still very cautious about edge guarding.
Punish!
Oh, no!
Neutral light was his punish!
That's not gonna kill!
He went for a neutral light!
He didn't go for the down light into the side air that he's been so successful killing with, but the unarmed recovery is keeping iThrow.
Barely.
Oh my gosh.
Barely holds on.
It's been the switch up from iThrow's sword to his bow. His bow has been doing work against Noel. It hasn't been huge strings, but it's been one hit, wait a bit, one hit, wait a bit, one hit, wait a bit. That's been so consistent. And then add that to the strong hammer play that we've seen him dominate with so far today with that bow bar, dodging that side signature very nicely.
Down airs from iThrow. Trying to get this coverage. Noel, 1 stock away from being the grand finalist winner of Combo Breaker 2017. Dodges down. iThrow can't cover.
Dodging down through that recovery.
Gravity cancel downlight is burning his dodge.
That might be it.
That is enough.
Oh no! Noel went for the down air.
iThrow gets back up safely, but he's still taking so much damage. That
side
will do it.
Signature from Noel's Koji. Noel took
Immediate
final
handshake.
round, second place at CEO Dreamland, but he's going to take first place at Combo Breaker. Congratulations to Noel, winning 3-1 over iThrow. Didn't need the bracket reset. He was able to take it on the first set of Grand Finals, the Brawlhalla champion at Combo Breaker 2017, but also congratulations
Shoutouts to
iThrow.
Shoutouts to Cake, third place.
Congratulations to Cake.
In second place from Canada, we've got iThrow.
As soon as we picked him up, he was grinding. I think we sparked the big motivation in him to because now he's underneath a professional organization and a team to represent, and I think it really sparked his flame, and he just went out and slayed, man. It was unreal. I remember we were all watching in a Discord call, just phenomenal, like just stunned. You know, like, because he's doing so well, and we were so proud of him too, because he did end up falling to Noel, but he got a whole bunch of series points and stuff for it, and he got a second place medal, which was we couldn't be happier for him. You know, iThrow is just an amazing individual, and there's nothing I can really say negative about him. He's a really cool, quirky dude, and he just likes to play, and we respect it. We respect the grind, and there's nothing that we would do to change it. So after Combo Breaker, we kind of had this intuition that, you know, this game is gonna blow up within the next 4 months before the Brawlhalla Championships in November. So we were approached by a player named Remy. And now Remy is a very, very strong solos and duos player in Brawlhalla. He's had really good success at last year's Brawlhalla Championships, placing third in duos. And you know, we couldn't pass up the opportunity. He's a really good friend with iThrow, and after seeing all the success that iThrow had with StDx, he wanted to join, and you know, and we had to welcome him with open arms. So Remy went on to compete at Shine 2017 in Boston. That was the next major event after Combo Breaker, and once again he fought through the open bracket, and he just stunned us all. He ended up getting to Grand Finals, where he had to play again Noel, the reigning Combo Breaker champion, and you know, we kind of had a feeling that he was going to place well, but no one expected him to get all the way to Grand Finals.
So he's had a little bit of a break time. He's definitely had to play less sets. Meanwhile, Remy, like, he's having to run the marathon here, and to continue and win the entire tournament, he has to still continue to run that marathon in Grand Finals with the bracket reset. It's a lot of dang games, man.
That is, I mean, that is a very exhausting amount of games. Not quite the worst run that he could have, because he didn't have to do like winners finals into losers finals, going 5 games in each of those and then into grand finals. But still, Remy's had a very long day today, and it is not quite over yet, as he is about to go up against the 50-50, the coin flip that is Noel. He is getting into some dangerous health for Remy, as he could go down soon. Noel gonna be getting into wall slip. There's number 2, has to get up. Remy can't punish the landing. He wanted to punish the landing so bad, but could not get that down light.
I think he's just maybe scared of the gravity cancel side signature or any of the kill moves that Noel could throw out right on the edge, and I don't blame Remy. He's so far behind at this point. They are even in stocks, but he's in kill percent. And if he could come into this and take the first game, that would be a huge boost of confidence for Remy. Look at all of these jumps and fastfalls coming out of Noel. Playing this so slow right now.
Remy trying to bait stuff with the dodge and dodge back, dodge and dodge up. There you see again the dodge and dodge back. Damage is close. Gravity cancel neutral. Remy just won game 1.
That's the most emotive I've seen Noel in my entire life.
Goodness, he knows how much he just dropped. He had Remy in the red for so long. I legitimately thought that Remy was dead off of a recovery underneath the stage. Remy now with the edge guard. Does get caught by the stair, but he's got the...
Oh no, he ended up bumping his head. He didn't go quite far enough before queuing up that recovery. That's so unfortunate for him, but fantastic for Noel.
Falling Nair into a downlight Nair from Noel. A solid 3-hit string. Can't quite continue the edge play. Remy's going to use that recovery to get back up onto the soft platform, but he puts himself into a bad spot, and Noel didn't take advantage of it.
Extremely even in health between these two. That downlight sider pretty much puts them dead. Even the side signature from Remy.
No
And
jumps.
Remy's gonna fall. He just ended up getting caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's taking Noel, or sorry, he's taking Remy to the early stages of orange. Downlight dare.
Oh, and
middle
Remy,
stages of orange.
Again, Remy with the down dodge, and Noel is ready for it and punishing.
Pressure setting in on Remy right now. This is his first LAN after BCX last year in November. It's almost been a full year since he's been in a LAN tournament environment. That might be getting to him.
That's
it! 2 dares in a row. Noel is going to take it without losing a set today. Coming in to top 12 on the winner's side of the bracket. Taking out Addy Mestic 3-0 in winners finals, and then beating Remy 3-1 in the first set of grand finals.
Obviously there's some pro players and stuff like that that said, oh yeah, he's been on his game, like he's going all the way, you know. But us as an organization, we're not in the game as much, so we don't have that inside knowledge. So after getting second place at Shine, falling to Noel, I know he was really upset about it, because of course you want to compete and you want to win, right? And having Noel play against us again in the grand finals he's kind of our dark horse apparently. But yeah, no, we're super proud of him, and he's a great addition to the team, and he just adds that extra ammunition that we have going into the Brawlhalla championships here in November, and I'm extremely excited for it. It's a $100,000 prize pool split between 1v1s and 2v2s, and we have a really good shot at making some money. Who knows? You never know what will happen. Maybe we'll win, maybe we'll lose. Who knows? But we're definitely going to be in for a treat.
Je peux pas, alors.
You guys can spread a little bit.
Yeah, spreading.
We like it close.
All right, quiet on set.
We took a flight from Montreal to Toronto. I need to cross the word. I need to cross the word on my list.
Toronto.
We play in the Cineplex in the movie theater, and just behind us was a big screen, and it was cool to see the people in front of us watching us play, and the atmosphere was great. I arrived here, it was a good time to in the rec room. We played some game, we eat some pizza, it was fun time.
Honestly, that was really like a good place. Like the bar was open. I mean, everything was there for us. The food, the restaurants, and the atmosphere there was really great. The games, everything seems new as well. I think that's a new place they just made, and yeah, that was great. After the rec room, we went to the Amsterdam pub. Oh my God, Amsterdam pub. And then we drank a beer, we took it calm, and we were figuring out like what we will do for the next day. Okay, so when we started with a BO1 against Alberta Legions, and then we ended up losing 16-10. We almost came back into the T-set half, but we couldn't. Honestly, it was only like our team was falling apart, and we couldn't like set the trades properly and take like map control. We were giving too much space. And then after the map, we just figured that we needed like to stay closer, play more 4-1 setups, and stick together and trade the kills. And after that, like everything went well. We played mostly armless. Of course, we had a lot of pressure because we knew these guys. We honestly just played our game, trade the kills, get map control like we said after the map before.
And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, we won both games, like 16-6, I think, and 16-4. Yeah, and then off on a win was really, really good because we knew we were coming back like to play SKDC in the morning. We were prepared to face any teams, and especially like the best thing for us, I think, and the thing we were the most happy was to fix our issues like right in the beginning. Even though we lost the first map, we were ready for the next one because we were like ready, you know, like we talked issues and that was perfect.
We're gonna do a quick photo right here, guys. Right down the hallway. You guys want to just drop the shit right here in the corner.
Going into day 2, we knew we were heading towards the team STDC, and then they have Ocean, DSR. Some of us played them online. We knew that they had a really good train, and we tried to figure like to our plan. You know, we try to stick to our plan and to make sure everything was fine, minimize our like errors, and play more aggressively because we knew we had a greater aim than them. We knew we were ready for them, and then we said like, let's just be confident and play our style, you know.
Thank you so much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the second semifinals for the World Gaming Canadian Championship. It is SKDC versus SetToDestroyX. This is SKDC's map choice, which is why you do see StDx on the T side. It is composed of KRZ, Incredible, SMLJ, and Tiz versus DSR, no one else, Lasky, and Ocean. It starts off with DSR looking for some information early towards along A and pays the price. So 1 minute advantage coming in, and StDx are quickly moving inside the A bomb site.
Yeah, SetToDestroy loves doing these fast strats with these clocks. These clocks are doing these rushes on splitting A's, and they did on overpass as well. They love sticking together and trading out, and on pistol rounds, it's one of the safest things you can do, and as you can tell, they just basically have done almost a clean sweep, taking very little damage. No one basically has no chance of winning this round. There's nothing you can do. Might as well just save the armor and that flash for potential in the next round, but SetToDestroy loves doing that. Sticking together on these pistol rounds. Glock armor, just fast, aggressive play.
It starts off with Lasky at the tree once again, trying to get traded out. He makes it out with 100 HP. All those bullets actually hit the tree instead. Els finally capitalizes on a second kill for the team, but Tiz is on the flank. He opens up the B bomb site on his own, but everybody else is already close on a rotation. So DSR ops one down, so it's op versus op. M4 versus AK with the bomb planted on B bomb site. And it's both of them moving in towards the connector for the CT side. Jay at the statue, his teammate with the op at the platform. What can they do so far? We do have still 2 flashes for the CT side, an Incineroar grenade and a nade. Now they're being depleted to try to clear out towards the statue side, but the T's have nothing, only but aim. First one being missed by SML, second shot missed as well. And now he finally connects, third looks a charm. The fourth one does not. And Ocean's still trying to move forward here. He does still have that smoke, but never spotted Jay at the statue. And StDx played at 2 versus 2, but Jay's already rotated across. It's smoked out a connector as well. He's going to be forced to go towards the Juliet side, so SML has to come up huge with the op towards the back of the A side. He does so to start things off. DSR falls down. 24 seconds left on the clock. It's traded out by Ocean, who came towards the connector. Jay's on that Juliet, connects onto no one. Now a 1 minute advantage coming through. 16 seconds left on the clock. Bomb has to move in to try to go for a plant. Ocean still cutting the rotation now inside the rat hole with the Galil. Now the bomb has finally been planted. He capitalizes with the third kill. It's traded out. Now Lasky and Tiz, both key players from both sides. Let's see who's going to clutch it. Is it going to go already to a second map, or can StDx stay alive? And it's going to be Lasky capitalizing with a final kill to make the final score 16-12 in favor of SKDC on the first map. Lurks from both sides of the map and from both teams. And it's going to come up to a contact play, and that's going to be towards the long side and also towards short. And that's an opener to start. Jay's also towards the back of the site to get a CZ headshot onto DSR. And that's 2 kills, actually, that he got before he got traded out by Else. So it's a 2-on-3. Guns will get salvaged, I think, towards the short side.
Yeah, staying in groups, there are weapons down potentially, but they're going to stay in the group together, just trade it out. Like that, exactly. Leave it to a 2-on-1, low HP.
Yeah.
Gets the round. Huge by SetToDestroy. Critical mistake by SKDC. Being again separated, getting picked off 1 by 1, and Jay coming up huge. He's been invisible this BO3 so far, but again, sometimes it's not the amount of kills you get, it's the ones that, the importance of them.
And that's going to be Lasky burning. 21 HP, fully flash, trying to go for a long-range spray. 17 HP remaining for KRZ, but Jay's going to try to push down forward. He does manage to get the kill. Ocean stuck on his own. It's a 2 versus 1. Forced out here, it's a fake. Ocean gets the kill. Ocean's going to try to run out. Angle being held. He gets caught jumping mid-air, and Ocean clutches a 2 versus 1. I mentioned it. Yes, small mistakes maybe from StDx, but Ocean got the important kills when it mattered. SML played very well with that Mag 7 towards the connector to start, but now it's going to be a full flash coming through, but they're not connecting yet, and somehow, in some way, SKDC takes the upper hand of the B bomb site. SML on the rotation at short A, though, with that Mag 7. Light damage, love tap onto no one. Off spotted, and now they know that it's towards the heaven side, so they can just move in and get a bomb plant at B.
DSR just decided to give KRZ a chance to even win this round. Otherwise, there's a 3-on-1. There was probably no way he was going to go for it and maybe play for the tie, but DSR gets a little too aggressive, gives him a chance. So KRZ now decided to go for this retake. He has a chance to do it. He does have smoke, so it's very plausible.
Not that he's spotted. The double peek comes through, and no one gets the kill. 15-14. Map point for SKDC, and also series point for SKDC. They get this one now. They're going to head over to the grand finals of the World Gaming Canadian Championship. 40 seconds left on the clock. Execution to come through. DSR now tries to clear it up, and with success and help from Lasky. Now it's a full execution coming across. One guy watching the flank as well. We are in good position now for SKDC to win this matchup. First miss by DSR. Second one, double peek at least to capitalize on the kill onto J. Now as they're pushing across with the CZ, KRZ finally gets traded out and dropped. Tiz, the last man standing, spotted towards the connector side. Enough time has been wasted. The bomb is going to get planted. They know where he's coming from. He's looking to fall back. No guns picked up here for Tiz as finally he picks up the AK-47. He's up against DSR, no one in Lasky with a chance to survive in this game. Now lots of utilities are being thrown. No one still has 2 flashes. He gets the first one through the wall. Now it's a 2 versus 1 moving towards the pillar. Now it's done. No one peeks out, gets the kill, and it's going to be 2-0 overall in this best out of 3. And we will have SKDC move forward to the grand finals against Torqued here for the World Gaming Canadian Championship. We are about to go live here on the second map. StDx starting off on the terrorist side. KRZ, Incredible, SMLJ, and Tiz. And for the Snack Mandu roster rundown for SKDC, we have DSR, no one else, Ocean, and Lasky.
SKDC wasn't watching last match, but they are going back to what they did before.
Well, they at least have a boost from Lasky on the top of the graffiti. He was able to get 2 kills before he falls back. That includes spotting that bomb carrier, who are now trying to execute with a split from Monster and at short A. But no one is waiting there towards the barrel side. A crossfire center from Lasky as well, so he could call some guys pushing towards no one. He still manages to get a headshot onto his opponent, SML, before he got gooshed. And no one as well with a 2K of his own, so a B bomb site locked down.
It's not looking good right now. Not at all. SetToDestroy is having a hard time finding things. They're just falling back into set strats, which is a good sign of when a team is tilting. When you just fall back to just doing set strat after set strat after set strat, instead of just going back to like default style stuff. They're just too afraid to work things. They're afraid of getting picked. They fall back just to doing set strats to keep the thinking out of the game.
Not much utility, so they're going to try to group it up with utilizing their advantages to try to overtake the B-bomb site. First trades coming through, one at the ramp, one at the pillar, but it's SML getting the entries right after the first trade. So 4-on-2 situation, bomb carrier is very low. This could actually be quite big to actually keep him off towards the bomb site for a bit. No, it's actually too far back, a little bit too far back. DSR is going to have to rotate with Else, and they're going to try to work together to overtake this B bomb site. They've won so many rounds, so they could actually go for this to at least make some econ damage against the terrorist team, as Else is just around the corner. First kill onto Tiz, then traded back by KRZ at the short, and they kept throwing those incendiary grenades, or should I say those mollies, towards the graffiti to give a chance for DSR to help out. So that's actually a great way to end the first half, and I forgot that was the last half.
Yeah, I was about to throw that at you, but I'm like, yeah, I'll let him figure that one out.
40 seconds left on the clock. Execution to come through. DSR now tries to clear it up, and with success and help from Lasky. Now it's a full execution coming across. One guy watching the flank as well. We are in good position now for SKDC to win this matchup. First miss by DSR. Second one, double peek at least to capitalize on the kill onto J. Now as they're pushing across with the CZ, KRZ finally gets traded out and dropped. Tiz, the last man standing, spotted towards the connector side. Enough time has been wasted. The bomb is going to get planted. They know where he's coming from. He's looking to fall back. No guns picked up here for Tiz as finally he picks up the AK-47. He's up against DSR, no one in Lasky with a chance to survive in this game. Now lots of utilities are being thrown. No one still has 2 flashes. He gets the first one through the wall. Now it's a 2 versus 1 moving towards the pillar. Now it's done. No one peeks out, gets the kill, and it's going to be 2-0 overall and as best out of 3. And we will have SKDC move forward to the grand finals against Tortier for the World Gaming Canadian Championship.
Ocean did a great job calling as well with the late executes and cobble. And that was really rough for us because we didn't have any info in B. So that's when we started to switch up a little bit more. Started to send people more towards B plat, taking B plat control, and that's where we almost came back into the game. But we ended up losing to a late 8H, and then that cost us the round. We had no money, we had no utility to defend ourselves, so that was really hard for us.
Pillar. Now, no one peeks out, gets the kill, and it's going to be 2-0 overall and his best out of 3.
So don't sell yourself short. We are back here, of course, for the analyst desk after what looked like after
Okay, guys.
Yeah, so for the cinema, playing in a cinema, that was really, really great. I mean, the bid screen, everything, that was the first time for me and my team as well that they were playing in a cinema. That was really great. The tables were good. Everyone could have a really good seat. The audio was great for everyone, like the spectators as well. So I think that was really great for Cineplex for doing that. That's a huge idea. And yeah, that's great.
If you want to know more of Canadian Esports, visit worldgaming.com.
Si vous voulez en savoir plus sur le esports au Canada, juste à visiter le worldgaming.com.
Yes,